instead of a pre-allocation. Wonderful job by Richard Fedlin at 157. It was 10-1 on the major decision for Fedlin. And so we moved to 165. Keegan Rothrock and Andy Troczynski for the third time this year. The first two battles, epic in their own way. Sudden victory in a duel by Rothrock, and then in the quarterfinal round, 1-1 late. Troczynski got in on Rothrock, takedown, near fall, 7-point sequence in an 8-1 decision. Rothrock was looking for a rip around and didn't work out in his favor. Still battling it out here. Well, you know that these two, the way they've battled in the first two, not expecting a whole ton of attacking here in the first period.
Yeah.
Minute 15 left to go, or minute 15 through, I should say, in the first period. It is a final at 174. Drew Cleary, 5-0 decision over Xavier Giles. So Cleary finishing 5th. Representing Brown at 174, Giles finishing 6th. We have the third place matchup up next with Nick Incontrera. Again, he's on the outside looking in, will need an at-large berth, so he'll try to finish out his IV campaign strong with a matchup against Hayden Battaglia, a rematch of a 16-0 tech fall in the quarterfinal round. But here, through 2 minutes, no score. Troczynski and Rothrock still not seeing a ton of shots that have really been open and deep.
Yeah, just kind of feeling each other out at this point in the match. No one really taking too much of a risk at this point, but tough hand fight so far.
They have begun at 184 over on mat 2. Again, that 184 has 4 tickets punched to the NCAA tournament. We'll see later on in the third place matchup, Cole Mulhauser against Nick Vine. All the top 4 we mentioned: Cornell, Penn, Princeton, and Columbia, all have at least 5 wrestlers going to Philadelphia. And so you got to imagine just among 4 schools, over 20, probably closer to 25 or 30. It's a huge thing here for the Ivy League.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of great matches. Excited for the finals coming up here in a little bit, but really looking forward to Philadelphia.
In fact, I put my brain on a little bit straighter here. You have 25 out of 26 already clinched. The 26th matchup is between a Columbia and Cornell wrestler. So 4 schools that grab all 26 bids with, again, there's still at-larges on the table here. So there is a way perhaps for, say, for example, Blake Saito of Brown to get in, but you're going to have at least 26 among those 4 schools and perhaps more.
Yeah, no, it's pretty impressive. Lots of Ivy League representation at the tournament, so it'll be great.
Troczynski's escape continues the theme of these 2 wrestlers not having a single takedown in the first 2 periods, and now the third matchup. If you're asking for that freewheeling, ton of attacking type of wrestling, not going to happen between these 2. They've been very composed, very tight to the vest, even though it is, again, a third place matchup with no tournament bid on the line. It's just the way that these two are matched up, nip and tuck.
Yeah, no, you could tell they have very similar styles, and they're both kind of just not able to beat the head-hands defense so far of their opponent.
Well, these young men certainly locked in. All 60 competitors today. Unfortunately, one medical forfeit to come later on at 197. Short time here in period number 2. And then obviously you consider what happened over at 125, not a medical forfeit, but Suleiman Ba's injury timeout led to a choice for Marcello Milani. He chose bottom, got an escape. It was a 2-1 score instead of 1-1. And then Ba trying to go for the win. The excellent roll through by Milani to turn it to 3 of his own, securing that victory. Who knows if that went to sudden victory. 1-1 yet again between those two, if not for that injury. So while not seeing it a whole lot, anytime we do see the injuries, it is a tough one to take. Here, though, we're in the third, and Rothrock with the escape. So for the third time in as many matchups this year, second time today, tied at 1 in the third. What happens here down the stretch? It's like clockwork.
A lot of competitive matches on this mat so far today, and I'm sure more to come.
Yes, certainly. As this third session of 4, seeing already the consolation semis wrap up, and the third and fifth place matches going on simultaneously. They're still well into it at 184, as here's a takedown and a pin for Keegan Rothrock. Well, we haven't seen that throughout these 3 matchups, and it comes at just the right time, as Rothrock, he was going to celebrate, but he quickly has a subdued look as Troczynski is still down. Andy Troczynski finishing 4th, Keegan Rothrock 3rd. But we were mentioning the injuries. We didn't want to see another one here. Not entirely sure what led to it. We look at it here.
Oh, he just hit his head. He hit the back of his head.
Oh, geez.
You never want to see that.
And you see that the pin did happen because Troczynski, frankly, was stunned. Head straight back into the mat.
Oh, I hope he's okay.
You see Penn head coach Roger Reyna to one knee. The concern for him and the concern for all of us, and what's been a real battle between these two wrestlers over 3 matches, including 2 today. And obviously in a situation like this, you're just trying to make sure things are stable here. For Troczynski, you don't want to get him right back up. And they want to make sure that they keep him secure when they get the headgear off. And you just want to stay as cautious as possible in a situation like this. And tough for Rothrock as well. He wanted to really put himself in that full mode of excitement, finishing things out with what would be back-to-back victories and finishing 3rd here at 165 in the Ivy League. And if it was his last match, it was hoping to be one he can really feel happy about. But obviously the real tough mitigating circumstance with Andy Troczynski, at least now in a seated position here. And he will be helped up. Our best to Andy Troczynski, who finishes in 4th place. And Keegan Rothrock finishing 3rd. Still, though, for Rothrock, he has a lot to be proud of in his showing here today, especially in these last 2 matches. Beating Blaine Berge, who's always a tough out.